Let's go back the normal way. I hope you guys come back into the room because this is going to be a good conversation with author LaTanyha Boyd. So I hope you guys can make it back in our chat room. Come on in. It is Friday, January 12th. Welcome to the We Are Women on the Rise room on Facebook. We are here today to talk to author LaTanyha Boyd, and we'll be talking about her company, LT Boyd Media Company, where she'll be talking about her PR work, what she does with her celebrity clients, and her company handles self-publishing as a self-marketing, your self-publishing book, your self-published book. So, I can't wait now to bring Miss LaTanyha in. And so we here on the East Coast are experiencing some stormy weather. And so this may be causing us to have our technical delays today. So we shall see if we can get this thing going. I am here in the room. Let's see if we can get this connection with author LaTanyha. I did. Let's see. Author LaTanyha, let's get on ya. Gotta share this out. I see some creeping in. Who's coming in? Come on in. Come on into the room. We're trying to get it together. I see author LaTanyha in. Chug-a-lug, 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 chug-a-lug. Let's see if this is gonna work. Connections are bad.
Okay. So I'm look. You are you? What? Am I upside down?
You are just sideways.
What in the world is going on in America?
You know, you guys are androids. You know, something must have happened when they were.
There will be no shade against the droid. There will be no shade. That is not allowed. That is so not allowed right now. So not allowed. So not allowed. Okay. All the haters to the balcony. All haters to the balcony when it comes to the droid.
Author LaTanyha, how can we get to see your face upright? And
I know, and as easy as it is, you need to.
I know that's right.
Ew, is that better?
You just flip the other way.
I switched it.
If you sit like this the whole day, the whole interview.
You know what? Good. Everybody has jokes. Is that better? No, I'm looking crooked.
Somebody need to change position. I'm with you, Roz, so I'm gonna sit like this. How y'all doing today? Oh,
wait a minute.
You're good.
Okay, you have it straight up and down. You don't have it horizontal.
Right.
Your phone is not horizontal.
Not today, not this time, because the last time it just wasn't working. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Oh, well, you should have told me.
Comedy Hour here at the We Are Women on the Rise group.
Okay, it's all about jokes. It's all about the jokes.
Technical difficulties.
I'm not liking it this way, girl. Okay. We're gonna roll. We're just gonna roll.
I know.
We're gonna roll, people.
Now we to rotate. We're just gonna roll today. Because we are just
That's how the women on the rise do. We roll.
It doesn't even matter that you are in my little corner, like boop, like a thought in my head, boop. But thank you for joining me, guys. Roz, I know we are cracking her up.
Hey, Roz, thank you so much for joining.
you. I am Marsha Guerriere, the founder and curator of the We Are Women on the Rise group. And today my special guest is author LaTanyha Boyd, founder of LT Media Company, branding, self-publishing book, master coach extraordinaire, award
yes, honey.
international
Tell it.
best.
Tell it. I feel sprinkles coming. I feel sprinkles.
Start that. Wait, I could do magic. Hold on. I could do magic. They do magic on here.
They do?
Look.
Okay, do some magic, honey.
Oh, wait. They do it to me. Look at the stars. Ooh, bling.
Oh, you're glowing. Oh, you're glowing. Oh, okay. I see how you do in these streets.
God, I'm just learning all of this. You both have to be in the same position. Yes, Roz, we're now both in the same position. So, author LaTanyha, I don't know why I always call you author LaTanyha. But LaTanyha, let's get into this conversation and our midday chat. You know she be dropping some yums, Roz, and so we're here to pick them up. She said, y'all are funny. We're here to pick up some yums. And so,
yes.
LaTanyha, you know I'm the life balance queen. I am all about goal setting. And the first thing I like to do as we start a new year or start a new chapter in our life is reflection. Tell me about the most awesome things you achieved for your 2017. Let's start with that.
I think the most amazing thing for me was coming out of my comfort zone and networking more and meeting some phenomenal entrepreneurs out there who are doing some great things in the marketplace. And so just coming out of that and being comfortable with who I am and whose I am and the gifts and talents that God has given me. I'm going to be very transparent with your audience and very truthful because I believe these nuggets are going to help them in their business. When you become very comfortable or assured or empowered in your gifts and in your talents, doors will open up. When God sees that you're ready, doors will open up. But we have to do a mind shift and stop looking at everyone else and what they're doing and work on and work what God has given you. Just work it.
You said,
and so
you said stop looking at what other people are doing. Ooh, that's a sidebar conversation. We'll get that to them in a minute. We'll get to the yums in a second.
Thank you, Rod. She says, move out of your comfort zone. Absolutely. We have to move out of our comfort zone. Yes.
So with that, it has been the resounding message that so many small business entrepreneurs, small business owners have been saying to me these past few weeks, and even, you know, at the end of last year, that they're coming out of their comfort zone, and the one thing that they're doing is networking and connecting with like-minded people.
Yes.
I can't, what you said, and then knowing your God-given abilities, having your faith. What you just said in a nutshell is like, it gave me life. It's everything that I feel when you're connected to everything you just said, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Exactly.
So Miss LaTanyha, tell me some of the things that you actually accomplished last year, any of your projects. I heard you, as I said in the beginning for your bio, you are an award-winning international best-selling author. Tell us your journey to becoming an author, and how did you get such accolades? Ooh.
Well, to God be the glory for the recognition, acknowledgement of what He has placed within me. So I give Him all the glory for that. So the birthing of my first book was Spiritual Food for Thought: 31 Inspirational Quotes to Jumpstart Your Day. And it's a book about changing that stinking thinking, and just what we just talked about of that mindset of stop comparing ourselves, coming out of that comparison realm, I guess, and self-doubt. And so I've written this book called Spiritual Food for Thought: Jumpstart Your Day by changing that stinking thinking. And so it was a process. You know, guys, you know my background, I have a ministry. And so it started with renewing my mind. It's Romans 12, is a scripture 12:1 and 2, renewing my mind. So every morning in my meditation period, I would jot down that which I have received, that download from being in the presence of God and changing and renewing my mindset. And then I started posting that on social media. People across the globe was empowered and impacted by my positive affirmations that I would drop these yum-yums, if you will, out there to change their lives, and started responding to me. And then God just dropped in my spirit, you know, that's a book. I said, what you saying? Who you talking to? Right? And he said, that's the book. And so that really launched. I'm sorry?
You was putting down what he was screaming?
Yes, I was putting down what he was teaching me and uprooting. You know, he peeled back some of that onion, and again, it's self-doubt, low self-esteem, that he was, you know, looking for love in all the wrong places. And he's trying to say, he was telling me, girl, I loves you. I loves you. Come on in. And so I would share that, and then it became a book, birthed out. And the book became an international bestseller. People in Nigeria, Lagos, Australia, people was gravitating to the book. Here's the thing, and I know I didn't come in here to preach, but you know what? It's in me, so I'm unapologetic about it, because that's what it is. It's all about upbuilding the kingdom. You asked the question, and I'm going to share it. So it was about renewing my mind, but it was bigger than me. In my renewal, I was being able to impact others and affect others in the same process. Not understanding there was other people in the same place as I was, that low self-esteem, and coming out of that and how it impacted people across the globe. He says, go into all the world and preach what? The good news. So, hey, I'm about to preach right here. So, hey, so how can I do that? How can I travel without getting on the plane? It was social media was one tool. He gave me that platform. The second was a book, so my book is traveling where I'm unable to, and I'm quoting that from one of my clients, Lucretia Angel. So my book is to travel where I'm unable to be an impact and drop these nuggets and yum-yums in them to change their thinking. So that's how the first book was birthed out.
Awesome. You know, it comes from, sometimes you have no idea what propels you and what moves you to do something. And if you're obedient and you just listen and you just follow that inner voice, that godly voice, anything can.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. So, amen. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because let me put this nugget out there. The scripture says, if you're willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. Honey, I'm about to throw my shoe off, because that's what we're doing right now. 2018 is our season where we're going to be eating from the good of the land. All right, we got to learn how to work the land. But before we get to there, I don't know if you know, I feel like preaching. Y'all gonna get me to preach. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to keep this wig on. Y'all gonna keep this wig on. Y'all just help me now. Help me now. Yes, but it has to be an inside job for us to have that transformation, to impact someone else in their journey we call life.
So what?
As Roz says, oh, taste and see that the Lord. Yes, Roz, taste and see.
Yes. So I need you to explain to us. So in your work as the book marketing branding coach, you also are an amazing empowerment speaker and coach.
Yes.
So a lot of what you do is around teaching people how to use their gifts in writing and publishing books. You helped me along my way. Thank you for that. I'd love
tell it.
Take me through the process of how you actually, when you're working with someone, is it someone who just knows that they have an idea and you take them and you give them that encouragement, teach them the lessons that you've learned yourself to become an international best-selling author? And how do you find your coaching with people? Where do you think that they're lacking most? We talked about mindset in the early beginning, and I find that it's usually people's mindset, right? They know what they know, they have their
right,
but they need someone like you to do two things: empower them and then coach them in the field that they probably know little about, since you are a book self-publishing author. Take me through some of the types of people you work with, new, aspiring, existing.
Well, in my ministry, God has, and it's not something that I set out to do. Most of the time, they're female entrepreneurs, and I believe that's where God has positioned me to empower women. And so they're from different walks of life, if you will. They're in different places or spaces within their lives that God has allowed me to help them along the way or push them along the way. I've been coined as that spiritual book coach mother will birth out, midwife will birth out their gifts. And so they're from all walks of life in developing. I'd start off with a consultation so they can get a feel of who I am. I get a feel of where they are and where they want to go in putting pen to paper. And so then we just do an outline as to what your subject matter is, who's going to be your niche, who's your target audience, and then we just map it out as you would talk about your roadmap. Then we develop a roadmap on how to push that word out there. I do a second tier of coaching on really how to maximize your reach with this one book. How can you optimize this opportunity of being an author? Where do we go? Where do we go from? Oh, sorry, I digress. Where do we go from here? Now I've written the book. It's out there. Now what do I do? Where do I go? So how can I get to that next tier? My first book allowed me speaking engagements. It really put me out there and getting more speaking engagements, trainings, coachings, things of that nature. And so we worked that roadmap to the fullest to get to our next level. I remember when I first received my first book, honey, I cried, I kissed it, I slept with it. It was like amazing that, it was a major accomplishment, a milestone in someone's life to see your words or the words that God has given you to pen and really to make an impact in the world. And so that's what we do here at Rock Your Book Academy, and we'll map out where you want to go and have your objectives and be able to have that target audience as well. Roz says, share the live session. Someone needs these services. It's time to do your book. Yes, it is time to do your book. I see Kim. Hey, Kim. How are you? How many books have you written? I have 4 books. Right now, you can always go on to Amazon.com, Google my name, LaTanyha Boyd, or always log on to the website of rockyourbook.com. Thank you so much, Kim, for asking that question. I appreciate you. Now, all of my books are in different genres because God has stretched me in different areas. The first book, as I said, was an affirmation, daily affirmation. My second book was a Christian fiction children's book entitled Faith Learns the Power of Prayer. And that book really stretched me. I had a manuscript on my, it was just buried, okay? It had a lot of dust. I had to blow the dust off. God said, now is the time to go ahead and birth that particular book. And it's based on faith. It's a relationship between a little girl and her grandmother. And it has some family challenges. And we talk about in the book how they overcame that in developing her faith. And she draws some of those tools, and not tools, but wisdom, words of wisdom from the well of her grandmother's faith. And so it's a great teaching tool. There are ministries that are using this to open up the conversation with their children's ministry to talk about the foundation of faith. My other book is a DIY book called Rock Your Book. 10 ways to market your book. Now, this book was for the business, how to elevate my business, how to give you credibility when you write a book with regards to your business that can elevate you in that regard. The third book is another DIY. It's called People Eat With Their Eyes, how to do a book marketing trailer. So it's called People Eat With Their Eyes. I may have some books right here around this office here. Yes, so those are my books. My next book is called Rock Your Brand CEO. And there I empower businesses on how to rock their brand on a global scale. And why do I pull out this here, Marsha? Why did I pull this out?
What? Now we talking about what? Now we're not talking about
what? I just happened to reach. I didn't see what I was reaching for, but you see. So I have that. So I was looking for my book. It's here somewhere. It's here.
Lord.
And so those are my books. Thank you so much for asking, Kim. I appreciate you. She says, nice. Thank you. Oh, Roz says, rocket girl.
What I wanted, that brought me to another question about
mm-hmm.
you wrote in different genres, which is great. So people out there thinking that, oh my God, I have only one story to tell or one idea. Being an author is not about just one style of writing, being in one category. There are many categories that you could enter as a writer. Is whatever resonates within your life and whatever you find meaningful to share with other people, right? Stories that you find meaningful. One thing I wanted to talk to you about today was that journey in between. So I spoke earlier this week about one of the benefits of goal setting and having a roadmap for anything. And in this case, becoming an author and writing a book, it's usually the journey that you go through before you get to the end result, right? What you learn about yourself in the process. What can you share about the real deal, Holyfield, about going through writing, self-publishing, hiring the right people to do all the pieces that are needed and necessary to get your book out there to market, some of the things that you train you teach your clients to do on themselves, that DIY work that you're talking about. Tell us what about the journey and how it looks cute at the end of the day when we all can pick up our books and go, hey, ta-da, I'm an author. But talk about the journey and why people need to remain steadfast and why it's important to not forget the end of the road. Tell us about that.
Okay, here's some of the challenges I find with my clients. You know, as a self-published author, everything falls on the self-publishing author. The three things I talk about all the time are the 3 C's when it comes to marketing. That's consistency, commitment, and adding valuable content. You know, what happens, you know, when the book first launches and you put it out there, you know, the excitement kind of dims down or dies down because we're not being creative, and that's what we do here at Rock Your Book. We're creative in doing this process. We're not keeping it fresh, keeping it relevant in today with regards to marketing out there and letting people know this book still exists, and you know, you need to pick it up. And revamping that, how to repurpose the content, again, how to use it as a teaching tool, how to just keep that fresh and up and in front of people and letting them know this book is available. Self-publishing authors, here's our challenges, guys. We're not, you know, and no shade or no comparison. We're not Oprah. We're not Bishop T.D. Jakes. You know, where these names are popping out at us because they're on a different level. So we have to work. Girl, you got to work. We have to work at it to get to that level. We have to have a roadmap. We have to have a marketing plan. We have to have, and once we get the marketing plan, we need a plan of action. Your marketing plan, your author marketing plan is just a guideline as to where you want to go. Where do you see yourself going? Setting that goal. And then you have to have an action plan. You have to execute the plan out there. Listen, my book, which one? People Eat With Their Eyes, How to Create an Effective Book Trailer. I published that book in 2014. It's still a not number one, but it's still an international best-selling book today. And the question out there, Kim asked the question, can it be used in other areas of marketing? Here's the beauty of it. That's a great question, Kim. Thank you for asking. Here's the beauty of what I teach and coach. It's not just for authors. It's for any entrepreneur out there on how to keep your business up front. I do coaching and teaching on how to optimize your social media platforms. Honey, I did a training. It's available if you go to my website, rockyourbook.com. I talk about how to cash in on your social media platforms. How to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, people know I'm online. They know I'm doing live. They know I'm in the studio filming. What's going on, papers? So, and how to do that. And so, yes, to answer your question, Kim, yes, you can apply these tools and techniques and these yums to a business outside of being an author. Here's the thing, and I had to do a lot of coaching on this. You know, as an author, you're in business. Not a lot of people realize that. As an author, you are in business. I coach on the back end how to see a return on your investment, how to understand or track your sales. How many units have you sold? How many units do you have to sell in order to reach the goal that you set for a particular book? And anything after that, honey, that's the overflow. We in the overflow. Hello, somebody.
I read somewhere in an article a while back that every business owner, entrepreneur, anyone who believes that they are an expert in a field should be an author and should write a book. How do you explain that for people who feel that they don't have a book in them? They don't have, the words. Are there such thing as writers? I know we hear ghost writers and celebrities pay big money. What kind of work do you do to help authors who, in their business should write a book, and they have the knowledge and the information that they could leverage to capture their audience, right? But how do you help them? How can you help them actually get a book to market?
That's a great question. And so for them to up-level their business, here's the number one thing I've also encountered is fear. Most of the time it's fear. I really don't want to put my work out there. Everybody's going to read it. Here's the thing I said, there's an antidote to fear, and that's faith.
Yes.
Apply your faith. That's faith. Believe in what God has given you. You know the tools, the techniques, your coaching that you've done have been effective. Your business should be evolving. And what way to up-level your business is through a book. Okay, so you might be challenged in writing. You're like, oh, I don't know. My grandma is a little off. No worries. You can use your phone and record, hello, somebody, and then have it transcribed and then have it edited. There are so many ways to overcome some of these challenges that you think you have. And once I do this consultation and speaking with my clients, I tell them, that's a book. You think so? Absolutely. Put it in the book. Here's what I know. This is something my father tells me all the time. Knowledge is power, but it's only power when you apply the knowledge. Hello, somebody.
Hello.
Yes, knowledge is power only when you apply the knowledge. So you're applying your knowledge and putting pen to paper in that book. No worries, I can carry on. And so once you do that, I coach my clients on, and we map it out. We put it in bullet points, and we map it out and take it from there. Marsha talked about ghostwriters. Yes, you can hire a ghostwriter. If you're not comfortable with the writing, yes, absolutely. Hire a ghostwriter. Again, you can record it. Use your phone. What's in your hand? Use your phone. Record with your chapters or your days. You set a word count for yourself, but don't be married into that. And that's what I tell my clients. Don't be married into that. So if the word count you set for yourself is 3,500 words a day, don't think when you get to 3,500 words, ooh, that's it.
That's it.
That's just a benchmark, right? That's just a benchmark for you. For those first-time authors, I tell them we're going to do 1,200 words a day. How about that? And we'll start on that, and then we're going to grow from that. So once you get into your rhythm, you're going to be off and running after that.
Such great advice. I thank you so much. I had some technical difficulties. I got a package, and the man was banging on my door like a crazy person. Got me scared.
All right now.
And I can't wait to show you guys what this is. Sooner or later, I got something awesome in the mail. And everything to do with that planner that you showed. I got a
good.
My planet. Yay! We're gonna leave that and share that another day. We want to continue our conversation with you for a little bit and talk about really what's to come for LT Boyd, a media company. Tell us what we can expect from LaTanyha this year, and tell us how you plan on showing up. I think you said it a little bit earlier on. God is forcing you. You have no choice but to show up.
Yes, he has definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone to do more and to impact. So as you, most of you are following me. If you're not following me, I just want to encourage you to go ahead and do so right here on social media at author LaTanyha Boyd. Also connect with us right there on Rock Your Book. And we have a Rock Your Book Academy. We want to invite you to come on in to our community where we're authors strong. Co-authors, aspiring authors, thinking about I'm going to write this year. I want to encourage you to go ahead and do that. And so what we're doing now, you're going to be seeing me do a more live coaching here on social media. I have been doing some what we call a Rock Your Book Tuesday teleconference calls. They're going to be twice a month. We just finished a teleconference call on co-authors, how to really maximize and make a profit from being a co-author. We just did that. It is now available. If you need to purchase the replay audio, is now available. rockyourbook.com. You can go right there and purchase that. Our next training is next Tuesday, January. Let me look at the calendar. January 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There we're going to talk about you have a book inside you and you want to self-publish. We're going to be talking about some of the yum different POD platforms, how to just get started on your book, how to map it out. We're going to have a roadmap discussion. That too is next Tuesday, January 16th. The 19th is my mother's birthday, so that's why it's resonating. January 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and register. I want to encourage you, rockyourbook.com. And so you're going to see me doing a lot of training and a lot of coaching. We have our mastermind that's going to be coming up very soon, where I'm going to help you guys to draft out those who are part of anthologies or thinking to spearhead anthologies. Don't worry, I have something just for you for the mastermind on how to begin that process as well. So we're super excited as to what God is doing in this season. You know, guys, I'm always on the road. I'm traveling a lot. I have some speaking engagements that's happening this year, so I'm excited. The first quarter, I'm almost booked. So if you want to if you want to book me for your next conference, workshop, seminar, or training, log onto the website of rockyourbook.com, and there we can go ahead and set that booking up for you. I want to thank you so much, Miss Marsha, Gary, for inviting me to be part of the Women on the Rise. Thank you so much. We'll be at the Women on the Rise. I'm just excited for what is going down. God is doing it in 2018.
No mess this year, right? We have to do something different every year.
Yes.
There's room for improvement, room for change, and to just something brand new and different that's just going to put us in position to where we know big picture where we want to be. It's not about the small little bit itty bitty goals. Those are tasks. Those are small tasks that belong, connect to the vision and the big picture achievement that you want to attain later on. Right? So we're trying to get to that spot. We're going to have, oh my God, we're going to stay tuned for us to share all the yums, as you say.
Yum.
The fifth annual Woman on the Rise Farm and Expo. Do you know, Josh?
Yeah.
You know, you don't know these kids are paying attention. Out of nowhere, he goes, I'm Marsha Guerriere, Farm and Expo.
That's right. That's right. Tell it, son. Tell it.
Do my videos introducing myself, and it's on the recordings. I am Marsha Guerriere, the founder of Women on the Rise NY and the host of the Women on the Rise Farm and Expo. And so he repeated that. I was like, oh my God.
Yes, they're picking up what you be putting down. They're picking up what you be putting down. They're sponges. They're sponges. Yes, they are. And so absolutely. So I'm grateful for, I also have like partnerships and collaborations I'll be doing more of this year. I am being featured in the I Worship 96 FM radio magazine. There, I'm a contributing writer there. So, God is it's just amazing as to what He can do when we have a yes. When we have a yes.
When
Yes.
follow the message
Yes.
He is sending our way, it's not just okay to say this is what I want to achieve. It's the actions that you put into place thereafter.
Exactly. Yes. Faith without works is dead. We have to put some legs on this faith and work it out. Yes, we have to work it out.
On of the woman, you can't do it alone anymore. Together we rise, which is the theme for 2018 for Women on the Rise. Together we rise. We are in full empowerment. We are in a season where people are listening, people are watching, and it's up to you to be heard. You heard?
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I heard.
All right, LaTanyha, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Marsha.
We'll have you back live with us, and hopefully we won't have any major technical difficulties. And
yes.
Maybe next time we'll have a treat for everybody, and we will be live in studio together, which is what
Ooh.
Day, but we have some stormy weather here on the East Coast, so we couldn't make that happen. But nonetheless, we are happy that you were able to make it via these internet roadways and byways. So we thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.